So for today's craft and chat, I wanted to show you, we're going to make something, but I also wanted to show you there are so many ways to get creative in with your storage solutions. Okay. And I'm specifically talking about things that I kind of keep near to me. One of the things I'm going to show you on Sunday is what I call my roundabout. Okay. And so we'll talk about that, but there's a few things that I just want to show you, some containers that I really love because, I kind of like I, I love my supplies. I kind of almost feel like they're in a way they're kind of my decorations in my room, right? And so I like finding kind of cute, creative ways to display them. Okay, so let's get started. You guys ready? Okay. One of the things that I think is super great to use if you have lots of paintbrushes, if you have lots of markers or journaling pens, highlighters, colored pencils, just any of those kinds of things. I think just cute cups, cute mugs are adorable for that. So I want to show you a couple that I have in my room. And this is simply just me just coming across a cute mug and thinking, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I want to use it, to display some of my craft supplies in. So I'm going to show you a couple of them first. Okay. I guess, I don't know how long I've had these. It's been a while. I don't even know exactly where I got them, but I just think it's fun to get cute and creative. So I came across this pineapple jar, this pineapple mug. It's a pineapple, but it's yellow and it's green and it's so cute and colorful. So this is what I keep some of my watercolor pencils in. Okay. And it's just kind of nice when I need them. I just reach over to the area of my table where I keep them, which you'll see on Sunday. And I just grab it and here they are. So like if I'm Bible journaling and I need my watercolor pencils, I just grab the mug, I pull it over, I start using them, I put them back, and I put them back in the space. But again, they're at arm's reach. Okay. Isn't this cute? Now, at the same time, when I found the pineapple mug, I found the strawberry mug. They're just so cute. And you guys, there are so many cute mugs out there. There's so many cute cups and mugs. They're at your craft stores. They're at Walmart. They're at Target. They're at, Hobby Lobby. They're everywhere. And sometimes you even get cute mugs like as a gift with like other things in it. And then you can repurpose it maybe for some cute creative storage in your room. Okay. So my pineapple holds my watercolor pencils and my strawberry holds all of my highlighters. I like to use highlighters a lot. So yes, so these are two things. Again, look through your stash. You might have, you may even have some things in the kitchen that are like, oh, you know what? Why am I hiding this in a cupboard? I can drink my coffee out of something else. I'm going to bring these into my room. Okay. So cute little things like this. Now, the other thing that here's another one. This one's really cute. This one just says, good morning, lovely. And it has some of my paint markers. These are my paint markers I keep in it. We all have all these different things, right? All these different things. One year for Christmas, the kids got me a mug that has all the grandkids' pictures on it, but it's a funny one. Like, look at their picture. Like, it's one of those pictures that it's like real life. We're trying to take a picture. I love it. So this has my glaze pens and my gel pens in it, right? So there's just lots of different ways that you can organize sometimes with just cute mugs. Okay. Cute cups and mugs, things like that. Okay. All right. The next thing I want to show you is I also really like old things. How many of you like old things? I have this heart for old things. I just love giving, things kind of a fresh new life. And so I want to show you a couple things that I kind of have repurposed. And these two things are actually on my roundabout, which I'll show you on Sunday afternoon. But this is what I keep my glue sticks in. This is what I keep my glue sticks in. Does anybody recognize this? Yeah, this started off life as kind of a gold glass color. It was kind of, it's glass, but it was kind of that gold color, probably 70s, I don't know, maybe 60s. Yeah, everybody way back when used to drink, right? Like these were tea glasses or something else, these kind of, it's almost like a goblet kind of look. Well, I painted it. I decided it was just really cute. I loved kind of the decoration on it. So I just painted it out with my Country Chic chalk paints. This is vanilla frosting on this one. And then I sanded it. So I think you can kind of see that gold color. Can you kind of see it? Let's bring it over here. That gold color kind of shining through because you can sand over it and then you see all of this pretty decoration, right? So think candle jars, vases, old mason jars, anything that has kind of jelly jars, even things that have kind of a lot of the jelly jars have that kind of like that diamond pattern on them. They're really cute to paint, and you can paint them any color and then sand them off, and you kind of get this kind of really, really cool piece. Has a lot of character to it. Okay, so this is what I keep on my roundabout with all of my glue sticks. And like I said, you'll see more of this, these types of things on Sunday. Now here's another one. I love old mason jars. I absolutely love old mason jars, so I'm always on the lookout for them. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love them. And this one, again, I took this one. This is, you can tell this one is older. I took this one and just painted it out with my chalk paints, with my Country Chic paints. Paint it any color you want. Sand off over the embossed, embossed area. You can see all the little measuring, right? The little measuring things around here. It's just so cute. They look adorable. Chalk paint holds up, so you don't have to worry about it chipping. Chalk and mineral based paints are they're the strongest paints really that you can put on anything. That's why they have superior like adhesion. That's why we can paint glass and plastic and metal and all those things, and we don't have to worry it's going to chip off, scratch off, anything like that. Okay. And then of course, this one holds my water brushes and my Wink of Stella pens, but they're so fun to decorate, right? I put some little lace around on this one, this cute little flower, little layered flower embellishments. They're just really, really cute for creative containers. And then sometimes I don't paint them at all. Okay. This one again is a really old ball jar. I don't know if you can see the ball jar right there. It's old, and you can tell how old it is by look at all kind of the, patina. Patina's a fancy word for rust. But I love this because it's got the wire side on it. And so I can just flip this down, and I keep all of my Scrabble tiles in here. I like Scrabble tiles. I like to spell out words. There's different sizes of ones in here. So I keep them in here. And then when I want to use them, I usually just pour them into like a little dish or something so I can find the letters that I want to find. But I like clear jars too. So even if you're not a big fan of painting them, I love clear jars. You want to know why? Because I can see what's inside of them. And most of the time, you guys, if I can see it, let me just say this. I'm a visual person. I'm very visual. And a lot of times, if I can't see it, for me, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Now, I know not everybody's that way, but I know that I am that way. So if I see the things that I have, I'm more apt to actually use them. Okay. That's just me. That's how I'm wired. I know some people like everything behind closed doors, everything in a cabinet, everything in a drawer. And I do have some drawers and cabinets, which you'll see on Sunday. Okay. But there's certain things that I know if I don't see them, I may not use them. Yes, I have buttons in jars. I have all those things. And so I love that. I love that. Now I want to show you another jar that I kind of altered. I kind of played with it. And right now this jar has paintbrushes in it. Okay. It has paintbrushes in it. Can you see the text? Do you see the book? It's like a book page. Can y'all see that through this beautiful mercury? This is like basically what this is using that mercury glass paint. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's a spray paint, but it makes things look like mercury glass. You use it with vinegar. Very cool. So what I did on this jar, you guys, this isn't even an old jar. This is a pickle jar. This is a pickle jar. Just save the jars. Save the jars. Let's recycle them. Pickle jars, jelly jars, spaghetti sauce jars, you know, all of those things. So I actually used some Mod Podge and I put an old dictionary page. There's dictionary page inside the jar. So this part is glass. And inside the jar, I attached this old dictionary paper, this old dictionary page. Okay. Again, it's very subtle, but you can see it, right? And then after that was done, then I did the mercury glass technique, which is using a special mercury glass spray. It's just like a spray paint, but you also use vinegar and you get this very cool kind of patina, this mercury glass patina. I love it. And then again, just came in, got my hot glue gun out, used some pretty lace, this kind of burlap ribbon with the pearls, and I just love it, right? It's so cool. I think we should do this technique sometime. We'll have to, this is one that I think would be fun to share here in the group. It looks great on glass, anything that's glass. It just looks so good. Okay. So that's kind of fun. Just a different kind of look. That could have even been a napkin inside there. That would be fun. And again, any kind of clear jars like have a lid on top, like a cookie jar, right? What could be in a clear cookie jar? Maybe all your washi tape, right? Or something else. I don't know. All your scissors, things like that. So I have another thing I want to show you really quickly that kind of falls into this old category. All right. Yeah, I use the mercury spray on the outside of the jar with the vinegar technique. It's kind of a technique using both. And it looks amazing. So pretty. Okay, so another thing I really love is I love milk glass. Do y'all know what milk glass is? I love milk glass. I love hobnail pieces. Hobnail pieces look like little raised polka dots all over the pieces. But I want to show you a piece of milk glass that I have that I just adore. And I use it in a creative way. And I think it's so fun. So let me show this to you because again, these might be things you have, or it might be things that you'll see. So I use this piece. Can you see this milk? See, well, let's look at it here. You can see it has grapes on it, these milk jar pieces. You see them a lot at resale shops, anywhere that sells, you know, I don't know, like, what am I trying to say? Like, places that have booths, you know, craft gallery, not really craft galleries, antique galleries. But you can find these things, estate sales. I mean, just all over, you know, if you happen to keep your eyes open, even Goodwill, sometimes they'll just pop up. So I love milk glass. And I love this because do you see the little holes around the edges? Do you see the holes here? They're the perfect spot to hold your small scissors. So I keep my smaller scissors in these. It's just really easy to know this is where I keep them. Now, each one of these small scissors, sometimes I use them for different things. Like there's one in here that's just more for just general crafting. There's one that I use just for fabric. There's one for paper, you know, so we always, you know how we are as crafters. We love scissors. And then you can keep something inside. Okay. Now inside of mine, I keep a variety of different colors of buttons. Okay. Now I actually keep my buttons all kind of in color families in jars, clear jars, color families on shelves, but they're across my room. Okay. So what I'll do is I go in and I take a little bit of everything from every jar so that right here on my table, right, I have just a random little collection of buttons. All right. I actually have another thing of buttons over here. I'll show you those in a minute. So these are just nice because if I just need a little something, I don't have to get up for it. And so I just kind of keep this stocked up. If I need, if I don't have the right color in here that I need, then, I'll go make the short trek across my very small room to get it. But yeah, I love these. I just think they're so cute. Okay. If you're a stitcher, this is a fun thing to keep like your threads in, maybe the threads that you're currently working on for a specific project or something. Okay. So really, really fun. These pieces like this. Candy dishes. Like there's so many cute little dishes and things that you can find at resale shops and things like that. And they just make such cute containers. Okay. I want y'all to, I want you to think about your creative space at home, wherever that is. I want you to think of it kind of like your shop. Okay. So if we kind of decorate our things and we have them out kind of displayed cutely, it's just another way to be inspired. You're kind of inspired by what's around you. You're inspired by colors, or I am. And it's just such a fun way to have things very close to you that you use all the time. Okay. And it just looks so cute. So think of your supplies as almost like decorations, right? For your room. It's so much fun. Hey there, Denise. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, that's kind of my goal for January. I want to give you some really good organizational ideas, but also just throw in some fun. Let's throw in some fun, cute, creative ways that we don't have to go out and buy all the new organizational, whatever the new organizational things are out there. We don't have to buy all that stuff. A lot of times you have it, you already have it. You just need to kind of shop your house, look around your house. What do you have that you could repurpose, okay, to use as containers for your crafty supplies? Now, there's one other container that I really like. How many of you use chalk inks? If you use chalk inks a lot, this is a dollar store find, okay? You guys, these are just a little butter. It's like a little butter. It came with a little tray underneath it, like a little butter dish, $1 at the dollar store. But look, they fit the chalk inks perfectly. This is from Dollar Tree. Okay, Dollar Tree. So I have a few of these over on my table, and I just kind of keep the different colors, in them. But again, it's so easy for me to just go grab what I need, right? I can grab it just very quickly, and these are really cute. And I thought about napkinizing these, but I was like, no, I think I'm going to leave them because the colors, there's already enough color showing from the chalk inks themselves, right? So there's pieces everywhere. Go, if you are going to go out and do some shopping, look at like your dollar stores, look at places like that. There's always going to be something creative that you could use. Okay, so that I don't keep you on here too long today, the other thing that makes amazing containers for your craft supplies is something you all have. You all have this, and they're cans. You have soup cans, you have vegetable cans, you have the smaller, like maybe tomato paste or tomato sauce cans, even like the smaller ones, like the tuna fish, like the tuna or the chicken cans. Those are really fun for smaller things. We all have these. We all have these. And these are super cute napkinized. They are so cute when you napkinize them, and you can decorate around the outside of them and all of that. So I think I might have showed these when I did the first tackle your table segment, but I'm going to take these are my big scissors, right? My big scissors. I'm going to take these out and show you. This is actually a smaller can. This isn't even as big as this one. White, and it has a black and white napkin on it. Look how beautiful that is. I love how all the ridges show. I just think these are beautiful, and it's something we would have been tossing, right? So let's recycle the cans. Let's recycle the cans. I have another one over here, but I keep some little flowers in just because they make me happy. But again, look how beautiful, right? That's a black and white check napkin with flowers on it. So pretty. So that's what I want to show you today. I want to show you how incredibly easy it is to upcycle your cans. And think about it. If you do any like family style cooking, you know, with the really big cans, those would be great for your bigger tools. Or maybe you want a bigger one for all of your paintbrushes or adhesives or something like that. Even coffee cans are great for this, okay? Any kind of can, all right? So I'm going to show you how easy it is to again, to make these pretty with napkins. It's going to be super easy, super quick, and super fun. And then I'm really excited. I hope that you enjoyed seeing just a little variety of some of the creative ways that you can stash your supplies that I showed, you know, from what I showed you this morning. I hope you like that. Come back and join me on Sunday afternoon at 2, because I'm going to be doing kind of this second part of Tackle the Table, mission organization. And I'm going to show you how some of this stuff is arranged on my tables, and why I like it arranged like this, and why, again, I love having everything in arm's reach. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me grab a piece of, just going to grab a piece of parchment paper here. And the first thing I want to tell you is when it comes to cans, obviously you want to clean them. I'm not smashing these cans. There are a lot of really fun crafts that you can do by smashing cans, but I don't want to do that today. Today, I want these to hold craft supplies, right? I want them to hold my craft supplies. So I've only removed one of the ends. Okay. So we want to make sure, right? I can pick this up. It's going to hold everything. And then the other thing I want to show you is when you're taking the paper off. Okay. When you're taking the paper off, it's really okay. Look at this. This is where kind of the gummy glue stuff is. And you can see there's still some paper on here. It's okay. It's really okay. If you can't get all of this off, don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about it. Clean it off the best that you can. And then we're just not going to worry about it. We're going to paint right over that. Okay. So I'm going to use my country chic paint, right? I'm going to put napkin art on these. So I'm going to just paint them with white, which is simplicity. But again, you can paint these any color that you want. And chalk paints are so great for anything that's metal. Your first coat is going to just be, honestly, like just a really fast coat. Let me change my view here. It's going to be a really quick coat. And I want you to think of it like almost like a primer coat. It does not have to be pretty. The first coat does not have to be pretty. We just want to cover this up because I want my napkin to look really nice and pure. Now, it is kind of fun sometimes to put napkin art on something metal and not paint it. You kind of see the metal coming through. But for these particular containers for my table, I want to paint them white. So you'll see it might look a little gummy over where that, that adhesive is, but I promise you, once you get the napkin art and everything on there, it's really not going to be a big deal. So I wouldn't worry too much about trying to get that all just perfect. Okay, so we got one coat on this one. And now we can do this one. And, if you prefer to do a lot of these at one time, I suppose you could spray paint them if you want to. But I usually just paint mine out with my chalk and mineral paints. These paints actually have a sealer built in. So this one even has a little dent in it, but that's okay. These have a sealer built in, so after about 48 hours, the paint itself is weatherproof. Even though I'm not going to keep these outside, they're going to be right here in my craft room. Okay, so it's been really fun. If you're in any of my 4 creative communities, we've all been posting kind of like before pictures of our room. And then we're going to post after pictures as we get things kind of reset and organized. And it's been so fun to realize that all of our rooms get in a mess. Every single one of us. I mean, there might be a handful of people out there that are really organized, that put everything away after every single craft. But there are a lot of us that are working on multiple types of crafts all the time. And yeah, we all of our rooms get into a mess. All right, so I'm just going to dry these. And one advantage to painting these is when you dry them, they actually dry really fast because of the metal. So these don't have to look perfect. Okay, by any means, these don't have to look perfect. Yeah, I have heard that before about using lemon to get the gunk off. You can paint the bottom if you want to. And then if you ever have cans, like if you find old cans and they're a little bit rusty, lemon juice also will clean the rust up. Lemon juice will take care of any rust. So how many of you are enjoying, or how many of you actually watched and enjoyed the part 1 of Tackle the Table? Tell me in the comments if you enjoyed that. I'm going to repost that this afternoon for anybody that missed it. And then we're going to have part 2 of that segment on Sunday afternoon at 2. And I encourage all of you to come watch or catch the replay. You know, Pat, was it Pat that just said that if you don't have like an actual room to craft in, do you have like a corner? Where do you craft at? Because even if it's a corner of a room or you have a table set up in like a guest room or something like that, you can still make your area look very attractive and very, very cute. Still have your supplies out and not feel like you have to put everything away every single time you finish crafting. Now, sometimes I will, you guys, sometimes I will go in and paint a little bit on the insides of the cans. I'm not going to do that today. And I have a couple that I did it on, and then I have several that I just didn't do it on. So I don't really think you have to paint the inside of the can unless you just want to. So now we're going to do a second coat, and the second coat is going to make a world of difference. So think of your first coat as kind of like a primer. And now we're just going to quickly put on a second coat, dry it, and then I'm going to show you how I put my napkin on these. So fun. And I would tell you to choose napkins that just make you happy. Like if it's colors that you like, patterns that you like, if you're really into flowers, you know, just whatever kind of floats your boat. Okay, I think that's good enough for this one. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be putting a napkin on top of it. Okay. Just quickly covering this up. Second coat. Just helps even things out a little bit. Really great containers. I don't know if any of you have, if, you know, you want to make like teacher gifts, things like that. I think anything, especially teachers for an off or someone for their office space. I just think cute little containers like this, anybody would love. I just think they're fun. You could use them in a kid's room to help them stay organized, you know, with different things. They're just fun. Yay. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad that you did. All right, so now we're just drying. Those of you that maybe you're more of a fabric crafter, a fabric person, a maker, a quilter, you can actually decoupage fabric on these cans, and that would be super cute. So it doesn't have to just be napkins. It could be scrapbook paper. It could be book pages, music paper, fabric. There's so many things that you can decoupage. All right, let me make sure these are pretty dry. I think they're dry enough. We'll see. Okay. All right. So I love color and I love florals. So I was thinking about using this napkin for one. This was a past napkin that was offered, I think, last spring in the Napkin Club. I also love polka dots. So, you know, I just love patterns of all kinds. And some of you out there may have a certain color scheme. So if you have a certain color scheme and you want to stick with a specific color scheme, you could. But to me, there's so many choices. There are lots of pretty napkins you could use for your room, okay, for your creative space. I shouldn't just say room. I'm going to say creative space because all of us have different situations. We have different areas. So whatever your creative space is. And these would be cute even in a kitchen, in a home office. It would just cute anywhere. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I like to do you see this little ridge on the can? I like to kind of butt the napkin right up against that. And then there's another little ridge right down here at the bottom. Okay, so this is going to help me to know kind of where to cut. So I'm just going to kind of wrap this around. You could measure it. If you want to measure it, you can. I'm going to cut just a portion of this so it's not so much napkin to have to deal with. All right, so here is where is my mark? There's my mark. Okay, so I'm just going to cut. I don't care if it's all the way straight just yet. I just want to cut some of this excess off. It just makes it easier to handle. I think these are the exact same size. Yes, they are. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of lay this right against that ridge. And then I like to just take my thumbnail kind of along, just get everything kind of wrapped around this top ridge to start. Okay, because I'm going to use the whole napkin. Now, where it overlaps, where it comes together, I'm just going to overlap it just a bit. I can use the rest of this napkin on something else. So let's go ahead and cut this part away. All right, and now while I have it held on here, I'm just going to take like my thumbnail, or you could take, if you have like I don't know, a little file. We just need something with a point. It could even be a toothpick. We just need something with a point because I like to kind of get this pressure point, make this little crease, just put some pressure around there. And then when we unwrap it, do you see how I can see this crease right here? Can you see that little crease right there? That's what I do. You're more than welcome to measure the can and just measure it out to put everything down. Also, I don't know, I usually just press mine out, and keep in mind, more than likely, I'm going to decorate these in some way. I might put some ribbon around it. I might put some lace around it, something like that. I kind of want to put pom-poms on one of these. I think that would be really cute. Okay, so just kind of evening all of this out. And of course, now I like to do my lick and stick method. I'm going to press the corners together, and it's going to help me separate the napkin. If that doesn't work for you, you can always put just a tiny little drop of Mod Podge on your finger and tap it until it feels kind of sticky rather than gluey. This is going to be so pretty. And then I'm just simply going to use Mod Podge. Now I want to say something about this really quick. Most of the time, if you're in my napkin club, I will tell you, if we're napkinizing something that's metal, most of the time, I'm going to advise you to use the hard coat Mod Podge, okay? But not on recycled cans, okay? Recycled cans, it's going to be fine to just use your Mod Podge mat, okay? Save that hard coat Mod Podge for bigger, more decorative type items, bigger projects, okay? It's going to be just fine to use just your good old regular Mod Podge mat. I don't care for the glossy. I love the matte for napkin art. Okay. I know, I'm telling you. Here's the thing, Rebecca. Okay, here's the thing. Don't try to do everything all at one time, or you're going to get overwhelmed. Just start with one thing. Start with the table. I'm telling you, just start with like your table areas. And let's get that under control, and then we can move to another area. Okay. So that will help a lot. So if you haven't watched my little episode on Tackle the Table, the first one, I'm going to repost it this afternoon, Rebecca. I want you to watch it. Okay. All right, here we go. So I'm just putting a nice healthy coat of Mod Podge around my entire can here. Now this can is not smooth, right? Most cans aren't. Most cans are going to have these ridges and things on them. So I prefer usually to use like a pounce brush for this, as opposed to like the plastic wrap sheets. Sometimes I'll actually use a little bit of both. So here we go. Guys, ready? I usually use hard coat on metal, but not for something that's like a recycle project like this. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're kind of lined up. So don't push everything down until you're sure we're lined up against both edges. And that way, when you do go around your can, everything is going to be seamless. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of I want you to be very gentle with this. Don't press or try to smooth anything too much. And I can see that I can probably cut off a little bit more of this napkin. So let me fold this little bit. Okay, I haven't pressed anything down yet other than just kind of gently with my fingers. So I'm going to take off. I can take off a little bit more here. Okay, and I'm going to take this pounce brush. This is what I like to use. Now, this isn't really called a pounce brush. It's a chip brush. Chip brushes are just a natural bristle brush. I like to use them because the bristles are nice and sturdy. Okay, very inexpensive. They're usually like 79 cents, 99 cents, depending on how big the brush is. We sell some in the shop, but honestly, you can find these everywhere. Home improvement stores, craft stores, they're pretty much everywhere. And now I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to pounce I'm going to pounce. We're going to actually do a little bit of both here. So we're going to pounce. Now be a little bit gentle here in the beginning, because if you pounce too hard, and mainly, see where I'm mainly pouncing is I'm kind of pouncing over those ridges. If you pounce too hard, your napkin could possibly tear. Okay. We don't want it to tear. And I'm going to need to put a little bit of Mod Podge right there where it overlaps, but I like to do this first. So this is going to help my napkin kind of conform to all of those little ridges. There you go. You can see the little ridges right there. So after I've done that, then I like to come back with my plastic wrap. Okay. So after I've kind of pounced in those grooves, in those areas, you can come back with your plastic wrap and literally just kind of like this. My plastic wrap is around the whole entire can, and I'm just kind of pushing, smoothing. And what's going to happen is it's going to conform even more to all of these ridges. Okay, all of these ridges. I love the way that looks. Looks so pretty. If you want to smooth kind of around where it meets at the top and the bottom, you can. And then you're going to be really careful as you peel this off, because some, you know, that's got a lot of Mod Podge that's going to kind of seep up through the napkin, which is a good thing. We like that. And then we're going to check and see. Most of the time, this is where my napkin overlaps right here. Most of the time, enough of the Mod Podge seeps up through the napkin that I don't even have to go back in and touch that up. If you were to go look at it and it's kind of flipping up, then you would add a little bit more Mod Podge here, but mine is going to be just fine. Okay. So next step is I want to dry this. I want to make sure it's good and dry. Look how beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Now you could use, if you want to use parchment paper, you can. It's just not quite as flexible as the plastic wrap. Okay. You could even use a baggie. You could use saran wrap. You could a sandwich bag, just cut it apart. Something like that. And then we're going to dry it. Now, once it's dry, we have to seal the napkin. Okay. We have to seal the napkin art, but look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I just think they're so gorgeous. And now it's something pretty that I can store some of my craft supplies in. And the easy way to do this, it's so easy, is just all I'm going to do is just put a thin coat of Mod Podge over the top of it. Okay. Dry it first. Make sure it's dry so the napkin doesn't try to tear. When the napkin's wet, it's most fragile. Okay. So we're just literally going to put a nice coat over this. And like I said, it's just so gorgeous. And I love how the napkins just go down in all the little nooks and crannies, kind of mountains and valleys. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so this will just have to sit to the side for a minute and just completely dry. It'll be milky, but so easy. Yeah, you can just cut apart a sandwich bag and use that even to smooth it. Saran wrap is fine. Just some kind of plastic wrap. So I think I'm going to do polka dots on this one. I think polka dots are always fun. So I'm going to show you an even easier way. Once you kind of, I don't always unfold my napkin. So if you leave your napkin together, like I haven't unfolded all the squares, you know, sometimes I cheat and I'll just leave it folded. And then I'll come in and do my little mark. I think everybody can see that. See my little pressure mark there? So depending on how many jars you're going to do, especially if you're going to make some that coordinate and you want some of them to look, you know, the same. And you can do multiple napkins if you want to. It's just up to you. You can do whatever you want. So see, now I have another one that I could do a whole nother can with if I wanted to. This one only has one ply. And I'm just going to do the same thing again. And they're just going to be so cute. I can't wait to decorate them. Add some cute ribbon, embellishments, really whatever you want to do, right? Aren't they fun? And now your craft supplies will be styling. It's kind of like a fashion show for your craft supplies. We get to put them out on display. We're going to have them right next to us, you know, or near to us within arm's reach. The things we touch the most. The other thing that I would tell you, which I talked about in the first mission organization segment, was think about, what are you constantly getting up out of your chair for? What are the things, and I don't mean like once in a while. I'm talking about like all the time. What are things, just try to be, you know, take a mental note next time you're having to get up out of your chair. What are you constantly having to get up out of your chair for? Those are good things to think about, because it might be a good time to put those in a different spot to where you're not constantly having to get up out of your chair to go get those things. Okay, I'm going to take it kind of slow here as we kind of wrap around, and I'm just kind of cupping it with my hand. Don't be tempted to smooth it because it could tear. And now we're going to see, yeah, all right. And I'm going to cut this part off. And you could cut this before or after, whatever you want to do. Okay, again, I'm going to start with my pounce brush gently, kind of in all those little mountains and valleys. Now, if you only use the pounce brush, you're going to get a lot of texture, because you're just going to get texture from the brush itself, from the bristles itself, okay, from the chip brush. But it really does help to get things kind of down in those areas that we need them to be in. And then when we use the plastic wrap, what happens is a lot of that texture smooths out. Okay, so I'm going to take my plastic wrap again. I'm using a deli bakery sheet. These are my favorite things to use. And I'm going to wrap it around the whole entire can. And then that way I can just start kind of smoothing with my fingers. And you can take around the top. It kind of helps just to smooth out some of that texture. And I actually love texture. So it doesn't bother me to have some texture on these. I think it makes them look I think it makes it look really cool. But I know some people like things to be as smooth as possible. So it just depends on what you like. Okay. All right. And then let's go back over. Here's that little area where I overlap. So I'm going to really kind of take the fatty part of my finger and kind of burnish that down. And then we're going to take this off. Look how cute that polka dot is. Oh my gosh. That's so cute. And again, where I overlapped, enough Mod Podge came up that it just kind of came up right through it. So I don't have to put that back down. Isn't that cute? So they're just darling. They're so fun. I love the ripple effect. I just think that just makes them more decorative. That's a pretty look to it. It's also nice when you have those little ridges like that. Like if you wanted to wrap twine around it, the grooves, if you do it in one of the grooves, it'll keep it from sliding on your can. So if you had like a baker's twine or something, you wanted to wrap a cute little, wrap it a few times and put a bow on it, it's kind of nice because those will keep it from sliding. All right, let's see if this one's almost dry. Almost. So I'm going to, of course, put a top coat on this one. I'm going to sit these down so you can see them. I'm going to put a top coat on both of these because obviously this one already has it, but it's not quite dry. And then this one will need it, right? Because I want to protect it. But I just want to show you how cute, how much fun it is to decorate these. So I pulled out some pom-poms because I was like, yes, maybe on this polka dot one. I'm not sure, but look how cute that would be. Look how cute that is. I like cute. Cute is fun. It's fun, and we need more fun. We need to be surrounding ourselves with things that and colors that make us happy and make us feel inspired. And so I think this one's going to get pom-poms around the top of it. Isn't that cute? And then I have this lace over here, and I've been wanting to use this for a while. So I was kind of thinking maybe on this one, maybe using some of this around the top. I just think that yellow lace is really pretty. The other thing that you can think about, y'all, is it doesn't necessarily have to be at the top. You could put like a cute lace at the bottom and pom-poms at the top. If you want pom-poms, right? But this is also a great thing to do with like your scrap pieces of ribbon or trim. Like I said, you could, let me show you this one again. This one, this is like almost like a ruffle. Do you see the little ruffle? So ruffled laces are really cute around jars. I've added a little cute little layered flower there. So, I mean, you can make these just as cute as you want to. And they're just so much fun. They're fun. They're easy. We're recycling, which is a great thing to do. We're able to go in and recycle things. And I just put these things on with hot glue. Okay. Remember, it's just an upcycled can, but it's going to look so cute to put, you know, all of our scissors in or whatever it is, right? Whatever we're organizing. And the things we want to have closest to us are the things we touch the most. Okay. Please keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that again on Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. You and me in my space, the after, because I've been cleaning just like everybody else. My craft room after Christmas, it's always a disaster every single year because I think just the whirlwind of the holidays, and then it becomes the catch-all because it's the easy room to shut the door. Right? And especially for those of you, again, if you don't have your own room, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. You don't have to have a room to be able to create. You might want to reclaim a corner in a guest room, or put up a table somewhere, something. But I think you could still kind of arrange some of your supplies and have them out in a way where you don't feel like you have to pack them up every single time. You can creatively make them look cute, make them part of the decor, and still be able to grab them and use them when you need them. Okay. So yes, I think this is going to be really, really fun. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to put my top coat on this one. This one needs to dry a little bit longer, and then I'm going to decorate these, and I will take some pictures for you and post them. Okay. And then come back and join me on Sunday, and you're going to see these in my space. You're going to see how I've used these in my space. Okay.